Hello, family. I hope everybody is doing okay. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Yeah, sure. I'm doing all right as well. And just kindly let me know in the comment section how far have you gone with testing with the free trial of O Connect? What have you done? Have you created some webinars and invited people? Have you been inviting or have you been attending webinars? What have you learned? And guys, as you can see, my topic for discussion this morning or afternoon, my time, it's 1 o'clock here in England, is that there is more to unpassive than just money because for some reason it feels like so many people still don't get it, and I feel really frustrated sometimes, to be honest, when people come asking you certain things. I'm just like, oh my god, this whole thing has nothing to do with money, guys. It's but natural, like I've been saying before. It's natural that you join a business because you want to make money, but then the moment you get on passive, you understand it, you know that it has nothing to do with money. So on this note, guys, I would like to look at a few things that our CEO, Mr. Mufare, has been saying, and some few things he said last Saturday, and of course, many other things that he has been saying, guys. Like, again, money is a done deal. But I have been learning a lot, just a lot from Mr. Mufare, which I believe that I am so well equipped to live the rest of my life really with fulfillment, given that I have everything I need. Thanks be to God. From what I learned from this, I've learned from this journey, from the CEO, most especially, and from most of the great people that I have met on the way to our top. So, guys, like last Saturday when Mr. Mufare brought us the new top. This thing he said that which touched me really deep down. He said, if you wait to see what others do, you will not be the change maker or the paradigm shift initiator. And what is on passive? They say it's a paradigm shift in business model, in everything you do, paradigm shift in mindset and stuff like that. So, imagine that Mr. Bufari had waited, to see somebody, because the truth is that what I learned from this is that it is always the best to be proactive rather than being reactive. If you just want to wait for somebody to do it so that you come after it and criticize or and try to water it down or to destroy it, then you will never make a change. I know that we quickly say in our society, in our modern society, we quickly say that for be the change that you want to see and stuff like that. I think that Mr. Bufari did that by way of demonstrating it, by showing the example that when you think of it, when you think that there's something wrong, stand up and do it, bring that change that you want to see. I think that all of us know how much or how long he has been, if not, I think throughout his entire career, he has been online, he's been doing online businesses and all of those. And he saw that something was definitely wrong. He saw that something could be done much better than what he has been seeing for over 2 decades that he has been online. What did he do? He stood up and initiated the change. He stood up and created this new paradigm shift that has not only changed the business model, but has changed most of our mindsets. Me in particular, my mindset has changed totally the moment I joined and understood what this business is all about, and I'm working and enjoying the journey. So, guys, if we want to learn, let's learn something, because I believe that about money, like I say, it is a done deal. However, what value does your money have? What value does your wealth have? What value does everything you have has got to do if it is not accompanied by some a positive attitude? So what I'm learning here is that the importance of you being wealthy, having money, and all of those things we are after is that the most important thing, the legacy that you leave on earth that people will never forget, is impacting people's lives in a very positive manner. And I believe that if we all learn from Mr. Mufare, he has everything we need. And of course, we just need to go ahead and do it. Most of the time we just remain stagnant because we're like, oh my God, I know it can't be done. That thing is impossible and so on. But Mr. Mufare has proven, he says it and he has done it, that if you can imagine it, if you can think about it, then you can do it. Reason for which we are here. So I don't know about others. If you have not been learning yet, there's still time you can catch up. Let's learn. Let's learn from our CEO. Let's copy his examples. And I believe that things are going to be much, 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 much different. And I'm learning the hard way again, like I said, to use my uniqueness to do something unique, to do something different. The truth is that all of us are born with a particular, an inherent talent or some particular thing that is unique to us. Sometimes it needs to be woken up. Sometimes it needs to be discovered. Sometimes you think that you cannot do it, or not until you start doing it, you won't know that you can do it. I know that many people have been testifying how much that thing in us has been, has woken up as they walk this journey. Many people are doing things that they never knew they could do because it's hiding in there. So if you just spend time learning, listening to Mr. Mufare, trying to go deep, asking, trying to find out the meaning of every word that he is saying, I believe that you are going to do more than enough, because how prepared I feel for the rest of to live the rest of my life now. I've never been like that before, So let's do that. Let's think about that and do something different, And again, there's this guy I listen to a lot, Brian Tracy. So one of the things, he is a Canadian American motivational speaker and author. And one of the things he says is that if you copy what successful people do, you are going to be successful. And this is success here in our hands par excellence. Mr. Mufare is one of the most successful people in our life, in our generation, this generation that we are in. He is doing something that somebody has never done. And the good thing here is that he is open, he's accessible. When you ask him, what is your secret? He tells you smiling. He tells you that this is what I do, and that is why I succeed. There's one time we were, I think, on a Rob Lynn show. Red asked him, how do you do this? Do you go about it? He says, Red, you know what? If I wake up on a day and my to-do list has 10 items, and I discover that only 2 will make me fulfilled for that day, I concentrate just on the 2, and of course the rest can wait. So if we work like that, if we copy that example and we try to practice it before we are ready, we are finally ready, I think we will do more. So why I'm bringing this is just that if we just concentrate on this money thing. I was really sad this morning. I'm trying to say sad because it's hard sometimes to sound really hard on some people you really do on respect. And I believe that I'll share this video with the individual who woke me up from sleep today. The discussion we had about ONPASSIVE, I was like, really? So I had to advise that please, the refund button is still there. If you cannot learn, if you don't know what ONPASSIVE is about and you don't want to learn, because the moment you understand ONPASSIVE, your mindset will definitely change. You will be thinking like Mr. Mufare, you will be acting like him, and things will never be the same again, guys. I don't know about you, but let me know, is there any particular thing at all that you are learning from the CEO that like I am doing? Because yes, I am learning a lot, and things are definitely never going to be the same, because how I think, how I approach people, how I even respond to people is totally different. It's quite different, So if we remember that we have more than enough in store. Remember last Saturday again, when we were doing the event, the Burj Khalifa event, this title of the video caught me. I can say a lot of things about this. The title of the video that we watched, the live show in Dubai, went like creating new heights. Creating is sitting there in the present continuous tense, because what is happening now is something that is going on and on and on and on. The moment, because some of us, sometimes people, especially people who are not in it, they are not watching, they're only looking at their time for apples to start falling. They're missing it all out. If you have been in this journey and you've been plugged in and you have been following up, you know that the moment we go to the market, the journey is just about to begin and not ending. Because when they say he is creating, about 30th of October last year, we thought that we had, of April or the March, when we started the Burj Khalifa event, we thought that we had struck the top. See where we are still creating new heights. We're reaching a new top every week. Every other day we reach another new top. What does this mean? It means that you are already well equipped. It is a done deal. You are a happy person. You are sorted. And your job now is to ask, what do I do? And if you ask, what do I do? Listen to others. Listen to Mr. Mufare. There are times you just open your mind and think, because he says a lot of things. People quote him here and there. Just go to the back office and read through the webinars of the other years. Things that he has said, they remain new in my mind till today, and they're taking me all along. So if we can learn from that and grow with that mentality, things will be different. Because every day I will say this over and over and over and over again, that the only reason I am just a nobody. Why am I part of ONPASSIVE? Because Mr. Mufare is on mission, and I need to be part of this mission to be accomplished. So why I joined in is because I want to be one of the branches or one of the roots that we use to extend to another part of the world, so that we get this mission accomplished. So if you can't think like that, and you think money and you look at money, then you get it all wrong. You will never be fulfilled. You will never be satisfied. Because what do you do with money? Because before ONPASSIVE came, no matter how bad your means are, you live well, you're still okay, you're healthy, you're doing well, and that's enough. So if you think that it's all going to be money and you can't listen, you can't even learn, you can't even comment, you can't even just listen to one thing he says and feel excited. Because when you come to that webinar and he doesn't mention money, I was really angry. I'm saying this, I'm sorry, but angry is angry. That if there's a better way of saying that you're angry, help me out. I will use it. I was really angry last Saturday. The moment we finished the webinar with Mr. Mufare, somebody came to my WhatsApp and asked, sis, can you please tell me whether Ash said we're activating our accounts? I was like, one, where were you? And two, who's your secretary here to hear and come and tell you? And what is all this activation thing for? It's just really, I'm sorry, guys, forgive me. I'm really working hard not to put it that bad, but it sometimes it sounds really not good, not very uncomfortable. Let's go. We're here. We're already there. It's not about money. Learn. Ask what you will be doing with your lives, because like sometimes Ash quote, Andy, that we were here together every day. Andy says, if you're a jerk with money today, you will be that very jerk tomorrow. So what are you learning that will make your life different? Are you going to be walking on treetops or on people's heads because you have money? If you are waiting for money, then you lose it all, guys. It's not about it. It's just about enjoying the ride. Learning. This is a learning curve. This is opportunity. Sometimes I say it like a joke, because I cannot be embarrassed anywhere people are discussing IT. I will discuss like a professional, because I've learned, for example, from our old tech pro who help us interpret these things every day. If you are discussing marketing, I will have something to contribute, because I've learned from the professionals that we have in amongst us who have been in the marketing industry for as long as it takes. If we've met people from all professions, that you can't pay for that. You cannot buy that with money. So if you can't learn right now and see come back, wake me up in the morning to ask and to try to make me understand ONPASSIVE, when you don't know, you cannot even pronounce one word. I say, what is, I'm just like, I don't want to go into details of this because it's not worth it, but please, let's learn. I'm learning a lot, and it's really, really does. It's helping me. So if we do that and go on that mode and in that mindset of learning and practicing, learning how to practice before we get there, it is just going to be like, oh my God. So, that is when we will finally make news. We will not make news because of the cars that we ride, because who cares? Who cares about those cars? Who cares about the beautiful clothes and handbags? How many do you have in your room now that you don't even use? You only buy more and put there, and it makes you even more sad, because you are like, sometimes you look at it, I don't know about you, you're like, what am I doing with these things? I'm piling them there, I can't wear them. But then the knowledge you acquire, it even keeps your mind active and healthy and makes you happy, because when you're happy, it affects your entire body and soul, and you live even well and longer. So what do you want to do with money without happiness? And where do you get happiness from when you don't know what to do? So let's learn. Let's really learn, because there's so much to learn from. So I'm just like, oh my God, I wish everybody could just think the same, because a few of us who are on it, we are just doing really well. One of the things, if you listen to Mr. Mufare, I remember when he presented this thing, all staff, that day was a day in my life. He said, look at me. This just started a couple of years ago. If I did not start doing it, we would not have been here. See where we are today. All of us know what we saw the day all staff was presented to us, because what I got from that day from Mr. Mufare is that, because when he said, he gave me that push, like, stand up now and do something. because when I started on Passive, I was timidly trying to do these videos. I was ashamed and so on. But then I stood up, I started interviewing people, calling Dr. Bill Williams, calling Michael Williams, and all of those people say, come and talk to us and stuff like that. You just need that push, and you start doing something. You build yourself, you develop yourself, you get that self-confidence, you feel that self-worth and stuff like that. The encouragement to that comes from people. It makes you grow even to higher height and much stronger to handle the future, the brighter future that you have in your hands. So it's something. So I want to say, what one of the things, like I got that day, he said if he did not start it, it would not have been where it is now, and it's going and going and going, right? But then what it's the bottom line here is, age is not an excuse, class is not an excuse, race is not an excuse, height is not an excuse, size is not an excuse, because there is everything and anything in the ONPASSIVE ecosystem for anybody, everybody, anytime, anywhere, everywhere, right? So you don't have any excuse anymore. Let us just do what we need to do. That thing that itches you, chops you up in the night, you can't sleep. I'm happy my sister Fumi is here. There are times I just call her to say, sis, I keep thinking about this. She says, go on, go on. There's stuff that she sees in me that I don't see. She actually pushes me on the back until I get off my seat and start doing it. People do this a lot, and it does help. And I really want to use this opportunity to thank many people who have been encouraging me. I receive a lot of private messages, public messages and stuff like that to say thank you, and it goes a long way, because I'm that kind of person that I doubt myself 100%. Even when you say you are doing well, I'm just like, are you sure? And stuff like that. But believe me, it goes a long way, especially when they say it over and over, they insist. So if you have been blessed, I've learned how to appreciate people, because I know how it feels. Let's do that. While we learn, let's transfer it to others. When whatever we learn, let's practice it. Let's transfer it to others. If somebody does something and it feels good, you see somebody wanting to do that thing that you do, encourage them. Tell them that you are doing well. Go on, and stuff like that. It goes a long way, guys. We have built this family that nobody will ever take from us. We have built this bond that nobody will ever break. The only person who will break this bond is the person who has not been there before. When you just come from nowhere and pop in, you don't know what it's all about. You drop something that is wrong, and you're like, oh, where's he coming from? And people start rolling their eyes because you have not been there. However, if you have not been plugged in and stuff, and you think that you feel lost, you can still learn. It's not late. Ask questions, read. There's still a lot more than enough information at our back office, and it's going on and on and on and on. Forget about this money thing, guys. It's done. It is done. It's done like yesterday, right? If it were about money, we would not still be here, because if you look well, this journey we are walking, we are being groomed into what Mr. Mufare wants to see us do. And he does it by way of showing how to do it, because everything he wants us to do, or he would like us to do, he does them too. He's nice. He accepts everybody. He calls you brother. He calls me brother and stuff like that. Who does that? How many people see CEOs and stuff like that? I come from the part of the world where when you hear, when I was growing, I was like, oh, when the word CEOs used to sound like a kind of some big thing to me. A CEO is somebody you don't just see like that. You don't shake hands with. I don't need a prophet or a soothsayer to tell me that if I see Mr. Mufare, he will accept a handshake from me, because he has done it to people like me. Not every CEO does this. So what are you learning from it? Where is this going to take you to? Because what will take you somewhere now is no longer this money. It's going to be the knowledge that you have and how you pose yourself in public. You are just like, you don't want to be that one that when you're coming back in my country, when people start pointing at you with their lips, you know that it's not going. They say, look at that one there. Just like, okay. So when you see you're coming from the opposite direction and they make like this, then you are not getting it right. So don't be the one that will be pointed with the lips. Be the one that people will spread their arms to pick you up. how sweet the relationship we have built last time in Manchester, because Red Fan is a very tall person. You know, he was doing his live video. I couldn't let him do this video. I would jump and touch him in the middle of his head because I know he will let me do that. You know, that's the sweetness of everything. Let's enjoy every bit of opportunity we have to enjoy with ONPASSIVE. Let's make it fun. Let's not make it money, because it's not about money. Money is a done deal. It's not about money. Use this opportunity, get groomed, groom others. What have you learned? How far have you gone with practicing the O Connect? Have you created at least one webinar and invited even your one friend or a family member? Say, have a look. Let's try it. Just both of us first. My sister Fumi called me the other day. She actually woke me up from sleep to say, I have only 30 minutes. You need to log in now. Let me see if I get it right. We got it right. And then she left. And she left for work, and then I left for my own stuff. And but then that was a success for that day because we had a try. She's sure that she can run a webinar by herself. I'm sure I can run one by myself. What about that? So it's such a wonderful life. Let's not spoil it. If we're making money, it will not work, because that's not why we're here. It has nothing to do with money. It has to do with what we have at hand. The CEO is giving us the money. He's shaping our mindsets. He is shaping the way we think and behave and believe and how we look at other people. He's that kind of a person whose arms are wide open to embrace anybody. I always take example from myself. I'm a nobody. Why am I part of this? Why do I'm stuffed. So I don't know about you, but then if you think like that and you think that it feels good being accepted by everybody and by the CEO of a historic company, a movement that would transform the entire world, then you just want to share it, because there are some people who are like, oh my God, they know only themselves, me, myself, and my family here in the middle of somewhere down there. So when you will get there, what would you do? Spray rice on this field for them to go pick it up, or come with humility, go there, cook with them in the forest, eat and do something and put a roof over their head, smiling, and not say, take this poor thing. Let's learn, guys. Let us learn. Let's leave this money. I know it's not about us, because if it were about any of us here, we would not be here. The people who do this or who think like this, you can't find them here listening to this. They just wait. Even the moment I will drop this, another person will still come and say, what about that, your thing? And that is that's what flares me up. There are times I call Fumi, I'm just like, I'm really hurt, like right now. She's like, who again? I just have to this is what she said. She said last time I complained one, and she had to say, next time just give her over to me. Let me continue from there so that you can take a deep breath. Just drink a cup of water. Next time if they call you again saying that same thing, just send them over to me. Say, I think Sister Fumi can help. So guys, let's enjoy this whole thing. I just wanted to share how I feel, and I really hope that it was worth your time here. But then it's so sweet, it's so fun. I can't wait, because I'm just waiting for the next stop. One thing, if you ask me what would the next stop be, where is it going to be, my answer is I don't care, because what I know is that it's going to be a wow. You can never suspect Mr. Mufari. You can never predict what he's up to. But the moment he drops it or he unveils it, it is always unparcelicious. Thanks be to God, I've pronounced it well. I hope John Barilla listens to this and hear that I'm able to say unparcelicious, right? So just wait for the next stop. Work on the one that is here now. To give us a couple of days, a couple of weeks to enjoy the new top, be on it, get to know it, hug it, embrace it, kiss it, do everything we want to do, caress it, pass it from hand to hand to hand to hand, before we discover the new one is here and we're again, oh my God, always amazing. That is the sweetness about ONPASSIVE. So guys, sometimes I talk a lot. If my team were here, they would help me to talk so that I can put up comments. If I did not put up your wonderful comments, guys, bear with me. It's just because I needed to talk, to run my mouth as usual. But next time I'm going to really behave myself. Family, I really appreciate you for being here to support. Thank you. And if we really find this important, let's kindly share. And thank you all who have subscribed. And if you still yet to, why not go ahead and do that? Let's build this family, because it's growing as we gradually move on to the real thing, which is our thing, ONET. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful time, wonderful evening, depending on where you are. And of course, see you all soon, guys. Thank you. Bye.